Thank you. Welcome. Hello, Ella.
Hi.
So, SINEC Security Software Suite, a modular approach to OT cybersecurity. I would say that sounds interesting. But first, let us take a little walk down memory lane before we begin. Do you remember this device? Some people nodding, I like that. And do you remember this song? At least I always get goosebumps when hearing this song. And if those two didn't ring a bell for you, let me give you a visual cue. I hope I'm not the only one who remembers spending hours playing that game. And I tell you a little secret. I always felt like a little architect stacking up those blocks neatly, leaving no space in between. But of course, always leaving one column empty for the famous IPs, to clear up the space and to continue playing. Oh, I remember this feeling. It was a relief when it was gone. But of course, over time, you become more and more stressed. And then, anxiety kicks in. And eventually it is, as you see on the screen, game over. And if you're now wondering, hey, Christian, thank you for bringing up these lovely childhood memories. But what has this all to do with cybersecurity? Well, let me tell you. This emotional roller coaster, this is exactly how our guys on the shop floor are feeling when they're doing the normal workload. In the past, they know their stuff, they know their workload, they stack it up neatly and then clear it up. But over time, since a couple of years, what have we done? We introduced new tasks for them, new workload, like cybersecurity-related work, vulnerability management, firmware updates, and I'm sure you all know the ISC 62443. And did we stop? Did we care if they have the expertise, the knowledge, or the training? We didn't. What did we do? We even throw more stuff onto them, like the famous NIS2 regulation, government regulations, the Cyber Resilience Act, the CRA. We throw it onto them, don't caring if they have the expertise or not. And what they are doing, I tell you what they are doing. They are struggling. They are looking for a solution to clear up their workspace. Until now. Because what we are presenting today is the SINEC Security Software Suite. It is a modular approaching to help your guys on the shop floor clearing up their workload. And I'm sure that after all this introduction, you are eager to know what's inside. So I would say, Ella, please enlighten us. What's inside the SINEC Security Software Suite?
Thank you, Christian. So, SINEC Security Software Suite includes the SINEC Security Inspector, SINEC Security Monitor, and SINEC Security Guard. Let's have a look into the 3 components that will boost your OT cybersecurity in future. The first one is the SINEC Security Inspector. It's our solution for one-time scans and security tests of components or networks. The SINEC Security Inspector is not just one tool. It's a framework of well-selected open source and commercial security scanning tools for asset scans, port scans, vulnerability scans, and malware scans. But all integrated within one single user interface. The SINEC Security Inspector can assure that all devices which are entering or leaving your factory are free of vulnerabilities. For example, as an OEM, you can use it for your incoming goods inspection to check whether, for example, a machine extension is free of vulnerabilities and comply to security policies before you integrate the machine extension to your factory. Or as a machine builder, you can use the SINEC Security Inspector to check whether finished products are free of vulnerabilities before you deliver it to your end customer. The second solution is the SINEC Security Monitor, our solution for continuous monitoring during production. The SINEC Security Monitor is analyzing and mirroring the network traffic. And with that, it provides you the transparency about the network participants which are communicating, the vulnerabilities, and potential intrusions in your network. And all this continuously and without interfering to your ongoing production. The security status and potential security events can be directly visualized in our system, or you can forward the security events to a third-party SIEM system, Security Incident and Event Management System. The SINEC Security Monitor provides you the transparency of your security situation during your production. Imagine, for example, an attack is happening to your network. As SINEC Security Monitor is continuously listening to your network traffic, it will identify patterns or anomalies that indicate an attack. SINEC Security Monitor will trigger a security event, which will then pop up in your security event dashboard. And this will enable you to identify the attack and to react as fast as possible. Coming to the third application of the SINEC Security Software Suite, our cloud-based OT vulnerability management solution, the SINEC Security Guard. The SINEC Security Guard covers the complete workflow of vulnerability management for OT assets, beginning at the vulnerability detection to the risk-based evaluation of the vulnerabilities. The SINEC Security Guard detects vulnerabilities by correlating assets with security advisories. In the second step, SINEC Security Guard will prioritize those vulnerabilities based on the business criticality and the business exposure. And finally, it enables you to mitigate the most critical ones first. With SINEC Security Guard, everyone here in the audience will become a vulnerability management expert. So I would say now the choice is yours. You can keep your Tetris playground clear with the SINEC Security Software Suite, or you can risk being overwhelmed by all the security regulations which are out there, which are leading to a game over. So if you want to play some Tetris with us or talk about cybersecurity, you can meet us at our booth, which is directly here next to the stage where my colleague Max is waving with a Game Boy. Or, but please don't rush, stay seated, because now you will see how the SINEC Security Software Suite is optimizing the OT cybersecurity at one of our own Siemens factories in Bad Neustadt.